Okay, welcome back to the Intel Extreme Masters Singapore Korea qualifier. In the top right, the orange Terran player, it is Journey. And weighing in at a measly 90 pounds, the Korean Titan, it is the Korean Zest. And he's pink. Man, if Zest isn't Korean, I'm gonna feel so silly now. I'm like 99.100% sure, though, so it's all good. It is another Terran versus Protoss, though. So, as you guys all know, I play a little bit of Terran. I play a little bit of Protoss as well. This is, I think, probably one of the most difficult matchups for either side. Certainly, Terran versus Protoss is probably the hardest overall for Terran. And I think Protoss versus Terran might be the hardest for Protoss as well. At least in the early mid-game stages, we saw so much early damage caused by Dream's early aggression. Sorry, I just completely blanked out. I wanted to call him MVP again, but then I realized I really should stop doing that. And well, Barracks opener into gas. So it looks like Journey wants to open up with a little bit of the Reaper play. Probe is going to go scout after starting this gateway in the gas. Nothing unusual here from either player. Zest's gateway appears humanly timed as this probe meanders its way across the field. Just trying to do some scouting, see if it can tase anybody. Up the ramp it goes, and there's not too much to see here. It will spot the barracks, doesn't actually see the gas. So, I mean, there's the potential that he could be like, oh, maybe it's a one barracks fast expand, and this probe is actually going to check this base a little bit. The command center wouldn't start just yet. I feel like he should run in for a secondary scout, but he wants to keep the option to proxy on the field, it seems. Without a second gas, doesn't seem likely. I think he was mostly just making sure he wasn't getting proxied. As the Reaper is on the way, Cybernetics Core and the Zealot being started up. My assumption is if he can, he wants to cancel the Zealot and start his Nexus up quickly with this probe. In Journey, when he goes into the main base to scout, the probe can start this Nexus, but he's here now. The SCV is ready. He can block this at any given point in time. If he can throw in an engineering bay, whenever he wants. And that forces this Zealot to be completed, which is really, really nice. The Zealot has to get finished, so it kind of delays the command. It delays the Nexus a lot. Now he has a Mothership Core on the way. He can't get the Nexus as fast as he wants, and it's so important as a Terran player to delay that expansion from the Protoss as much as you can. The earlier the Protoss expands, the more powerful any type of two-base timing gets. And the Reaper's here in the natural. Ooh, he doesn't know about the probe. If he could kill that probe, he could delay the expansion even more, which would be so nice. But here's the Mothership Core just doing a bit of dancing here. The Nexus has started up, and this Reaper's like, blast you. Takes a couple shots off that Mothership Core. But he's actually microing his way. If he kills this Zealot, there's no excuse. Okay, just keep the Zealot by the Mothership Core, man. Stay with your mama, and it'll be fine. Barracks number 2 is on the way. We have the command center as well for Journey. So he's actually building on the high ground. He's not taking any chances. He's not risking it. He's not taking any reason at all to perhaps risk the early game in this matchup. The Zealot still taking a few more pot shots. Very nice here. He's dealing some more damage. Being forced back a little bit. Twilight Council is on the way for Zest. So Zest now has the option. He has the opportunity to bring some two-base play into this. There's the potential for that two-base blink play that we saw from from Paralyzed in his series against Dream. With his probe positioning, he could proxy a Dark Shrine. There's lots of wonderful things that he could do. This Reaper, of course, will be keeping his bright eyes wide open throughout the duration of this early game phase. If he can spot this Twilight Council, it's a win for Zest. And the Mothership Core, ooh, he sees it. Is he going to be able to prevent it from getting closer? Yes. Blink is the weapon of choice for Zest. And, you know, the probe doesn't have to proxy anything in the north side, but by not having to move it out in this mid-game stage, he keeps it away from the Reaper, which allows him to get this proxy pylon that he might use to reinforce up so much more easily. Right now, all Journey has is a handful of Marines and a Marauder, and this looks like the very standard innovation poke, at least the first player that I saw do this pretty commonly. And he just goes up, gets this Marauder out, and immediately goes to the Protoss base just to force the Photon overcharge. You want to keep that Mothership Core as low on energy as humanly possible, but look at this. He's actually moving up to 5 gateways much more aggressive than we saw Zest, excuse me, than we saw Paralyzed, who actually just stuck to 3 gates. So with this many Stalkers in the field, this Marine Marauder poke is actually, this should get chewed apart completely. He can do a nice cute bit of micro here. And if he does manage to grab a couple of these Marines, it would be huge. He's actually not advancing just yet. The starport's on the way. We do have Sim about halfway done. So with the scan, what does he see? He spots the Twilight. He knows Blink is on the way. He sees the gateways being added on. What's the response? Dos Bunkeros being added in the natural expansion. Will we see a bunker in the main base? Not just yet. He needs to be careful, though. The SAV's been brought over. There we go. There's the bunker. I love that he's not trying to defend this empty space. He's protecting his buildings. It's, you know, probably a little bit more important, I'd say, on a scale of, you know, what you want to defend. And the Zealots here with the Stalkers, the proxy pylon from that initial pesky probe, able to keep a nice solid grip on things. And he might just try to blink and bypass this entirely. He has the blink upgrade. The mothership core is here. Bunker is about to complete. Stimpack seconds away. Medevac production has begun. There's a very small window where Zest can actually do anything. Kills one of his own SCVs so that he can start his Medevac. That is actually a very interesting, weird thing to do, but hey, it works. Why not? And this Stalker's actually shoved the factory away. It's on fire. SCVs will have to repair it. I'm wondering if he's going to try to dive in, though. How much is Zest willing to risk to make this work? We could see him use the Time Warp, blink the Stalkers in, grab a few kills, and then blink back out. There are Zealots that are poised to actually run into the natural at the same time. He's producing pros and not any tech. He's chronoing purely on these warp gates. I think what he's going to do, lock this army into the main base, and then just force field him out and just attack the bunkers. There's only one bunker here. Yeah, that's it. That's what he's going to do. He's going to bring everything now. He has the Time Warp and the Force Fields. Here they come. There's that Force Field blocking everything out. The SCVs try to get in. The Marines not able to. One bunker gets picked off. Time Warps the SCVs. Actually a bit of a whiff on that Time Warp. And this bunker is holding strong. But another Force Field continuing to lock the forces out. These SCVs in the natural are exposed. The Zealots won't be able to do too much versus this Bioforce, though. Command Center's in a lot of trouble. He doesn't have any more force fields available, though. And these Stalkers take a few hits. Where's the high ground vision? It looks like that mothership core actually no longer a part of this. Makes it so difficult to actually do anything. And Zest, he needs to get out of here. This Bioforce is so strong with those medevacs. On the retreat now, he will need to rebuild that mothership core, or I feel like a counterattack could potentially just win the game now for Journey. But no, actually Zest is just going to commit. Zest is not going to stop producing units. This is where things get really weird. With no high ground vision, his only choice is a frontal assault. So he's just going to continue to warp in. He is just committing to this attack 100% of the way. Now moving in, he has a lot of Stalkers. If he can just use decent blink micro, keep his units alive, he might be able to make it work. But with these 4 Marauders, Stalkers do not stand a chance. Journey is still bringing the pain, but the Stalkers from the back, he's actually whittled this force down. Is Zest going to do it here? Blinking on top of these units now. This command center's in a huge amount of trouble. A couple SCVs being brought to fight. He's pulling everything out already. There's just 3 Marauders. If these guys get picked off, that's pretty much it. 1 Marauder gets focused down. A second one very low. He's trying to shoot from the low ground onto these forces. More Stalkers being whooped in from the low ground. They can blink straight up into that main base area. And great blink micro from Zest. GG Journey, after holding off the initial assault, is taken out. He is down 0-1 now here at the Intel Extreme Masters Singapore qualifier.